Part 4. Although whispering would not have much mattered because the herd had just kept moving on and storming through the brush, Jake said to his boy, "Alright, Boyd, easy now. Take your time and squeeze the trigger off." Not even hearing his father, Boyd slowly started pulling his Winchester 30-30 lever out of the sling that was dangling off his back saddlebag. The littlest and most insignificant of Boyd's movements were obviously making the deer nervous as it began to make short foot stomps. Boyd pulled the gun up. Looking right down the sights that he had delicately placed on the middle of the deer's shoulder, he pulled the hammer back. The sudden click of the hammer caused the deer to snort into the air and take a step. Nerves were racing. Who would make the first move? The animal was about to take off. Boom! The gun fired, and the three watched as the deer dropped down as if it had been hit and take off running. The sudden burst of noise had caused the entire herd to stop, and all the focus was on Boyd, and the slight essence of smoke coming out of his barrel. Tucker had to be the one to break the silence. "Just like his pop," smiling a little. "Can't seal the deal with just one shot." In slight shock of everything that had just happened, in the matter of only about 2 minutes, Boyd replied, "Well, I know I hit him. I just had to." Tucker quickly responded, "Oh, you hit him. That's for damn sure. It's just now we gotta go looking for him." Boyd sent a whistle over to Tigger, telling him to watch over things while the three men dismounted from their horses and walked over to find a blood trail. Tucker decided to bring his rifle and Jake his rope, just in case anything needed to be finished off. As they're walking over, Tucker commented, "Well, Boyd, I do have to give you some credit for spotting that thing. I just had ridden right past it." Jake finally came in. "Yeah, don't worry about it, son. We'll get up in there and go find it. It's good, though, that you spotted that deer. He's really big." A few seconds later, "Alright, well, here's the start of the blood. Let's just work it here for a little while and see what we can jump up." The wounded buck had darted into a chest-high set of palmettos, making it very difficult for the three to hold a track. They moved through the large green jungle of fronds with as much stealth as possible. The roots and overgrown bottom floor, however, made it quite difficult. After about 5 minutes of following the track, Jake heard a rustle. They froze. In an effort to calm his nerves, he counted his head. 1, 2. The rustle came again. He knew they were pressuring this animal. Jake decided to stand straight up to get an upper view of the palmetto lair that seemed to almost surround them at this point. He silently counted in his head again. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Suddenly, that grimy brown rack popped up again over the palmetto line and started limping away. With only his rope in hand, Jake threw up a lasso above his head and focused on those mangy antlers. The crew, including old Ticker, ate quite well that night.